Hello everyone, this is RJ from Game News USA, and today I'm back with another game review. We're going over the review scores for Metaphor ReFantazio. And I will tell you guys, it's on PS5, it's on Xbox. This is one of the highest Metacritic scores of the year. It will be in the Game of the Year discussion, whether you like that or not. And it got a 93 on Metacritic, a 9.0 user score, and 34 positive reviews, no mixed, no negative. So without further ado, let's jump right into these review scores and dig deep. So a perfect score from Checkpoint Gaming, a perfect 100, saying, I've always wanted Atlas to tackle political fantasy as a genre, and of course, when they finally do it with Metaphor, it's one of the best RPGs in years. This is the result of 20 years of incredible gamecraft that has taken shape in the best and most refined version. High praise from Checkpoint Gaming. Player 2 also with a perfect score, saying making something new when fans have sky-high expectations isn't easy, but Atlas has done it. Noisy Pixel with a perfect score. In just about every way, this game checks all the boxes for a masterful fantasy epic. Stevier with a perfect 100, saying it set out to blend the best of its predecessor's gameplay in an all-new setting, and the result is far greater than the sum of its parts. VGC with a perfect 100, saying, could have easily been Persona with the names filed off, but it's so much more than that. It matches incredibly fun, expansive combat with an excellent cast of characters that makes the nearly 100-hour journey a memorable one. Eurogamer with a perfect 100, saying, Persona veteran Atlas flexes its expertise with a fresh take on high fantasy. What it lacks in subtlety, it makes up for in grandeur and heart. And a perfect 100 from GameSpot, which is not easy to do, by the way. They say, somehow Metaphor is even greater than the sum of its parts, yet each piece of the game is masterfully crafted. I found the whole experience transcendent and was impressed by how it felt both novel yet familiar, elevated and modern, yet so reminiscent. Digitally downloaded with a perfect 100. It really does have an exceptional narrative that builds on everything these developers have learned from their time with Persona. Gaming Trend with a perfect 100, saying overall Metaphor plays like a dream from start to finish. There's less downtime than Persona and fewer frustrating moments than Shin Megami Tensei, with the whole game feeling like a high-stakes road trip with your best friends. Guys, I may have to buy this game. I had other plans to play other games, but I may have to buy this. RPG Fan with a 98. Metaphor is Atlas's crowning achievement, a culmination of the best elements from their past titles and across the RPG genre. The press-turn system combined with the genius of the archetype and synthesis facets of battle creates a thrilling, strategic, and well-thought-out game. Gamer.nl with a 95. Metaphor takes bold steps with an entirely new fantasy world, philosophical questions, an expansive combat system full of different options, and an extraordinary, intriguing story. Power Unlimited also with a 95. PSX Brazil with a 95. Atomics with a 95 as well. Miu PlayStation with a 91, saying creative, exciting, and full of content. Metaphor is another excellent Atlas project, now in a new universe. CG Magazine with a 90. Metaphor excels in emotional, personal storytelling and sharp, intriguing combat, making it a must-play for any JRPG fan. Oh god, they said it. A must-play for JRPG fans. Guys, I'll be honest with you, I've never been in the Persona games. But, man, they're really telling me I better just fucking play this. And I might have to, honestly. Gabe's Radar with a 90, saying it's a triumphant evolution of Atlas's best and offers a gripping new story supplemented by a lovable cast and dungeons to be explored. IGN Benelix with a 90 as well. Maltidoys, Nerds, Push Square, The Sixth Axis also giving it a 90. Well Played with a 90. Video Chums with a 90. WCC Tech with a 90. Worth Playing with a 90. IGN Spain with a 90 as well. Press Start Australia with a 90. Metro Game Central and JuxVideos.com with a 90. PC Games with a 90, saying, it's essentially a Persona game set in a fantasy universe and one of the best games this year has to offer. Very simple, straight to the point, boom. GamePro Germany with an 89. An excellent role-playing game with fantastic stories and a large scope, but with room for improvement technically. We've seen our first real criticism. Maybe a little bit of technical problems, just a little bit. And that's why they couldn't give it a 90. They had to give it an 89. GamePro Germany. Tierra Gamer with an 85. Saying Metaphor differs from the unique proposition that Atlas promised to develop for the West over 8 years. Its structure clearly reflects Persona 5, and based on that foundation, the team has refined and built one of the most entertaining games of the year. Multiplayer.it with an 85 as well. Games.ch with an 83. By the way, Games.ch with an 83 is the low score for this game. It's the low score. So Games.ch with an 83, the low score for this game, says Metaphor isn't a high flyer like Persona 5, but with the unique fantasy setting, the pleasant, swift, round-based combat, and deep archetype system, it's still a good RPG that's worth playing. Despite all the differences, especially for gamers who love the JRPG series like I do. Kotaku and Polygon also have a review with the score to be determined. Kotaku says, Metaphor does a great job of illustrating that progress is slow, but still demands we take action. But the struggle for a better world still seems insurmountable to me some days in the face of what feels like a never-ending systematic failure. Wow, that's a little bit harsh. Polygon, with a to-be-determined score, saying, obviously I've spent a lot of this review talking about Metaphor ReFantazio in terms of Persona. While that franchise set a high bar, I think its audience is primed for a game like this. Metaphor's biggest achievement is just how different it is from both the Persona series and others. So, they haven't put a score down on it, but it seems like they're mostly positive on the game. So, yeah, when 83 is your floor, you know you fucking hit a big success here. And, so I want to congratulate Metaphor ReFantazio, Atlas, on putting out a game that's going to be a Game of the Year contender. And we'll have to see if it wins. I seriously doubt it will. Right now, considering the two highest rated games of the year are Astrobot, I believe it's at a 94, 95 on Metacritic, and this game, Metaphor ReFantazio, at like a 93 on Metacritic. That doesn't seem like those are the kind of games that usually win Game of the Year from the Jeff Keighley Awards. So we'll have to see if somebody else comes in and butts them out of the way. But they will absolutely be in the final 6. Just a matter of what the journalists say. And I don't know about you, but I don't always trust them, if you know what I mean. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching the video. Hopefully you can make an informed decision on whether or not you want to buy Metaphor ReFantazio. I went from I didn't really care to I gotta pay attention. So we'll see. And if I do buy it, I will play it on stream. I do stream games on this channel from time to time. Sometimes those streams can last 5 hours. Sometimes they're 7 minutes. It depends on the game. It depends what I'm doing. And text-to-speech is always on for those chats. If you want to stop by and say hi, you will be heard. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Peace. Have a good one.